So I entered the system at 15 years old, and I was actually a teen parent, so I had a 1-year-old son at the time. I spent from 15 until I aged out in foster care. I had a very good experience. I ended up, my first foster home was a little rocky, but my second one was the home that I stayed in.
So it's a really intimidating system, and if you are a new child coming into this, the first thing I want you to know is that I want your involvement as much as you want to be involved, because we are talking about your life and you have a voice. And as your judge, I want to hear it. So it is a scary process. You will be given an attorney that will advocate for you and speak up for you in court. And your parents will have attorneys, and the Department of Human Services, your caseworker, will have an attorney. So we come to court a lot to talk about your life. And so what I want you to know is that you absolutely have a voice, and whether or not you choose to come to court and speak to me directly and tell me what's going on with your life and tell me what you're afraid of or what you need or what you believe should happen, I want you at least to be able to know that you can speak to your attorney, you can speak to your CASA, you can speak to your caseworker, and they will also let me know what's going on. But you are 100% welcome in my courtroom anytime to talk about your case, because it is your life that we are concerned about here, and I want to make sure that you have a voice.
I'm Carrie, and I'm the Executive Director for CASA. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate. Our main mission is to train community volunteers to provide advocacy, support, mentoring to children in foster care. So if you are a child or a young adult that is in foster care, and you are either assigned a CASA or would like a CASA, I think you could feel at ease, because these individual volunteers are volunteering because they want to help children. They are not getting paid. They're there to represent you. They may have different information or contacts or avenues that they can help you that you may not be aware of. A lot of the things that may somehow go or fall to the side because of the busyness of other people in your realm, this CASA volunteer is only focused on you, and so and they are there just to make sure that your wishes and needs are represented to the court.
Hi, I am Lisa Ruiz, and I'm the Children and Family Services Program Manager for the Klamath Tribes. If you are either enrolled in a federally recognized tribe or eligible for enrollment within a federally recognized tribe, the Child Welfare Agency will work closely with your tribe to make sure that active efforts are offered so that you can be reunified with your mom and dad or your family members. And a tribal worker will also be involved in your case. So you may have a caseworker such as myself or another worker from your tribe that may come to visit you or may call you on the phone, may be in court, may come to your school to touch base with you to see what you may need. One of the things that your tribal worker may work with your child welfare worker on is what close family members or friends that you may know, or maybe a teacher or a neighbor that you would like to stay connected with, or maybe may even be able to be your foster home provider. Then the agency can look into that so that you can keep those connections. Also, your tribal worker will work with your child welfare worker around what your visitation will look like with your parents, as well as if you have other family members that are important to you. They will also work with you if there's any kind of classes that you may find to be beneficial. There could be all sorts of different opportunities that maybe you haven't been exposed to or had the opportunity to learn about in the past, and your tribal worker can help facilitate that. If your tribe is from a different area than where you live, your tribal worker may not be able to come visit you, but they're always a phone call away, so you can reach out to them. And each tribe's Children and Family Services program may look a little different, so it's important to have conversations with your tribal worker, as you may have another friend who is a member of a different Native American tribe than yours, and the services may look different.
Hi, my name is Tara Holmes, and I am the Executive Director for Klamath Defender Services. So I am not a case manager. I will not be the person who comes out to talk with you. But what the case managers do, they work on behalf of your attorney. And the case manager will be the one who comes out to visit with you, look at the house that you're living in, ask you how you're doing, if you have concerns, if you need anything, questions about what's going on in your life. And then the case manager will then report back to your attorney to let them know what you've said, how things are going, if you have doctor's appointments, if you've been to the doctor, what that looks like, if you're needing help, maybe if you need to go see a counselor because you're just needing some extra help and somebody to talk to. The case manager will report that back to the attorney, so then the attorney knows how to best help you.
My name is Brandon Pelisano. I am going to be your caseworker. I will be someone that you can go to for any sort of matter during your time in foster care. There's going to be a lot of things that happen, but really my job is to make sure that you remain informed about what's going on with the plan moving forward with your family and yourself. There's going to be several different things going on at the same time, because always first and foremost, my goal is to create what's called permanency for you, and that means that you're not in the foster care system any longer than you need to be, and hopefully returning back to your parents. That means then there's a plan that's kind of taking place that your parents have to address. For yourself, I'm gonna make sure that you have all of your needs that your parents would otherwise be meeting for you. We want to be able to make sure you continue on your life, being a kid, not hopefully being overburdened by all the things that are going on just with family life and that sort of stuff, and also being in the system, because it's all sorts of, there's a lot of emotion. I recognize that. There's a lot of different things going on in your head, and we want to be able to make sure that it's not so tough. At the same time, there's also what we do as what's called a concurrent plan, and that means that if things don't work out for your family, for you to go back home, then we want to make sure that you have someone in your life, hopefully, that can be a place for you to go to for a long-term and permanent period. And that could be something like what's called a guardianship, or another type of plan that is just permanent. And that's what we mean by permanency.
Hi, my name is Bonnie Lamb, and I am one of the attorneys that would be appointed to represent you in your case involving the Department of Human Services Child Welfare. There are other attorneys that represent children, and there are other attorneys who represent parents involved in the system. So my job as your attorney would be to advocate and to speak how you feel about being involved in the system and being your voice in the court. And so your voice is very important in this system, and so you would need to communicate with me, and it's my responsibility to communicate with you to let you know how the case is going, and to let the judge know the things that are on your mind if you have any questions. You certainly have a right to come to court at any time during your case and to speak on your own behalf, or you can convey those questions to me and I can speak on your behalf in court. But it is really important that you be informed about what is happening in your life, and to also have a voice in this proceeding with the court system.
I would say definitely reach out to your attorney or your caseworker if you have any questions. I think a lot of people are nervous to do that. That's your best go-to. Those people are there to support you and to be there for you, just like your CASA. And without that, I mean, you're going to feel a little lost.
I think that one of the most comforting factors that we have found, or that teens have told us, is that having that one person who has stayed with them from the start of their case to the end of their case really makes them feel like that's their champion, their one person that's always going to go to bat for them. So there is light at the tunnel, and it's nice to always have someone who's your champion.
You have a lot of people who care about you, and the tribal community cares about you, so please don't hesitate to reach out.
I have so much advice. Things do get a lot better. I've come a very long way since exiting foster care. I'm actually in school right now, and I'm currently an accountant. You just have to stay positive, stay strong, build your circle of people that you trust, like your attorney, your CASA, your foster parents, and just stay positive. There are so many benefits to being in the system, like health care. They pay for your college, they pay for an apartment if you need, so just stay positive.
You may be feeling a lot of different things, but I just want to assure you it's going to be okay. I'm here for you. All the other folks that you've met are here for you. The judge is here for you, your attorney, your CASA. If you have a therapist, your therapist. We're all here, and you can hopefully you can look to the future, feeling positive that things are going to be a success, and things will be all right.
While you're involved with the system, with DHS and with the court, and having an attorney who's going to be wanting to talk with you and a case manager who's wanting to come talk to you, it's going to seem pretty overwhelming. You may not be at home with your mom and dad. You might be in a foster home or with a relative in a foster care situation. But you have to remember that that case manager and that attorney, they're there to advocate for you and what you want and what is in your best interest. So it's really important that you tell that case manager and you tell your attorney what you're needing and what your thoughts are. The system will never work fast enough. The process will never move fast enough for you, but you have to keep hope that it will turn out in your best interest, and ultimately that you will get to go back home to your family or into a safe family setting, whatever that final plan might be for your life. But just keep hope, because it will work out in your best interest, and you will be reunited in a family situation somehow.
We are here for you to be your voice in court.
You're going to get through it, and it's going to be tough, and it's obviously no place you want to be, because let's face it, no one wants to be involved in the system. No one wants to say they're involved in the system. I totally understand that. But there are a lot of people involved in this that do this work because they desperately want you to be successful and safe and happy. So I know you're probably frustrated and scared and worried, but I promise you that you can trust the individuals that are here to help you, and that we will do our very best to get you through this.